Good morning, everybody. We are back in the studio at Lowcountry Conversation, and I'm excited today because we've got DPP Travel, Tiffany and Mandy.
Hello.
Thank you guys for coming in. We've been working with you guys for, how long has it been?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. Yeah, it's almost a year. And I live vicariously through your travels. I get the luxury of getting involved in the circle and seeing everybody's photos from the people you go with to the video stuff that you guys send us. And it's exciting. You guys definitely do a lot of travel.
We do.
Before we get into what the business is, let's talk about favorite destination.
Everybody asks us this, and I know Mandy's going to say Scotland.
100%.
I'm
No
going to
hesitation.
say, I really, truly enjoy Paris, but every destination has a different feel, and it's somebody's favorite for a different reason because they also love the Amalfi Coast.
Right.
So depending on what you're looking for and where you want to go, but Paris is always going to be my first love. So I love Europe and Paris.
I tell people Scotland is, we had this conversation this morning with our people that we were working with. If today, tomorrow, next week, if you stick me on a plane and say, you have to go Scotland, I'll go to Scotland.
Yeah.
Go back, Scotland.
Same location or just
I mean, I've been all over the country.
Right.
So it's just fairyland.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get there, you there's no question why they believed in fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
At all. I mean, it's just an
Yeah.
incredible experience, regardless of whether you're right outside Edinburgh, you're on the Isle of Skye, you're in the Highlands. Doesn't matter. The light hits different there. We talk about that a lot, and it just
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
You can't take a bad picture there.
No.
It's just ridiculous. It's
But I mean,
just an incredible place on the planet.
Every place I go holds a different memory, which is what makes it special for me.
I can see
And that's
that.
what we try to do for our
Exactly.
clients, is to give them a meaningful adventure wherever they are so that they have that memory forever if they never make it back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about DPP Travel.
Okay.
What is DPP? Is it an acronym?
It is. It's for Dream Planning Pros.
Okay.
And we came up with that because a lot of people have dreamed of a vacation, and we're planners, and we're professional.
There you go. It doesn't get any
Pretty
simpler than that.
straightforward. Yes, exactly.
And we just shorten it so it'd make it easier for everybody
Yep.
to find us.
It rolls off the tongue super
Right.
well. DPP Travel. I love the logo. It's more like it's kind of like a passport stamp.
Exactly. Yes.
It is exactly like a
It's
passport
exactly. That's how we designed it.
So kudos to your vision and the designer that did that.
Thank you.
It looks really
Thank
good.
you.
Thank
and it translates well to letterhead, to
Yes.
website stuff, to Facebook and all that.
Yes.
So from a designer standpoint, I see that and I appreciate.
Thank you. We worked
appreciate
very
it.
hard
Yes,
on our branding for that
did.
very reason,
Yeah.
to say travel, adventure, and,
Yep.
and things of
Yeah,
that
it
nature.
works.
So, perfect.
Not to change something, but my next tattoo I think is going to be a passport stamp of locations or countries I've been to.
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Whether it's a
That's a
cat
great
piece or
idea.
wherever that lives.
Right.
That's kind of, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
So what does DPP Travel do?
Well, DPP Travel is a full-service travel agency. And a lot of people get confused by that because they're like, travel agents and travel agencies still exist. I think that's the conversation you and I had to
Right.
begin with. But we do. And for us, we don't sell travel. We sell experience, expertise, and knowledge because we have relationships in destinations to make sure that you are taken care of, that you are getting the full cultural experience. And we focus on the local economy and sustainability in our travel. And in doing so means that we're going to find the off the beaten path things for you to do
Yeah.
rather than you just doing a Google search and going, oh, I want to go see this or I want to go see that. We're going to have something that's going to be a little bit different that you're not going to find. We're not a booking engine. So what you do is when you call us, you get us.
Yeah.
As you know, when
Yeah,
you've
of
called,
course.
we've answered the phone. And you don't get that a lot of times with a booking engine. Sometimes you have to send emails. Sometimes you have to leave messages and hope they call you back.
Yeah.
Or it's a chat bot. Those
Yes.
Those are
super
huge.
fun.
Yes.
Super
Very
fun.
common. Yes.
Very common.
And you're
And
going
getting
around
more
in
and more
circles.
common, which is really
Yeah.
Yes.
frustrating. And especially with those big booking houses, Expedia, Booking.com, those things, you're not going to get to a human
Yeah.
with any regularity or at all at this point. I mean, it's really difficult to get to a human through a lot of those. Whereas with us, as long as you're calling at a reasonable hour, we will be answering.
Yeah.
And regardless of where we are in the world, outside of the jungles of Panama
And Antarctica.
and Antarctica, we were answering emails.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yes.
So when we take our groups with us, and that was, he mentioned how much we travel, and we do, but we're taking people with us. So you're going to get one or both of us a lot of times in our group trips.
Yeah.
But we are still working through that. So Tiffany had an experience where she was leaving with one group and on the phone working a problem with another group while they were traveling to the airport. And that's pretty typical, right?
That was just recently with the hurricane. I had a group of 12 of us leaving out on the 30th of September, whose all of our flights were canceled. And while I'm getting us to an airport that can get us out to get us to Paris, I'm working on getting my clients back home whose flights have since been canceled, making sure they've extended their hotel rooms, their transportation has changed, things of that nature, things that you're not going to get with a booking engine.
Right. You're going to be sitting on the phone for 6 hours while you're sitting in the airport with all of your stuff and doing all of that. And another example that I did something similar with, Southwest stranded a client and their 5-year-old in the airport in Orlando.
With no luggage.
Because they had checked their luggage and got to the plane and they canceled them. And then they delayed them and then they delayed them. So she called me. She had me. So she called me and said, Mandy, what do we do? And I'm like, I'm getting you a hotel room right now. Your driver's name is Sean.
Right.
He will be there to pick you up.
Right.
This is what he looks like. Here is his picture. He has your picture. You know, he's taking you to this hotel. You guys have a bed tonight. You have this. I will leave Southwest to your...
However you want to call them.
However you want to rain down the thunder on them, that is on you. But we've got you set to go.
Right.
And they'll get you on a flight tomorrow. But so that's, we're doing stuff like that on the fly all the time. And they constantly say, I have one number, and that is so nice.
Right.
If I'm going to New York for the weekend, great. If I'm going, to Paris, great. That same client called and said, I want to go to a really cool playground. And I went, okay.
Yeah.
So I called her back, said, 100 acres worth of playground gonna work for you?
Right.
And she went, that might do it. So we got her, in the States. So that was, that's kind of what we do is they call us with their kind of sometimes wish over the top thing sometimes, and we go, we got that. We get, because we have people local that we can call.
Of course.
Right.
And that's the big thing, as Tiffany said, we have contacts all over the world, and our contacts are top notch, and they're local, and that's the authenticity that you're going to get with the experiences are great. You're not just going to get some, I went on Travelocity or what's the TripAdvisor, and book some. You don't know what that company is. You don't know where they're from. You don't know where they're based out of.
Reviews are, arbitrary anyway because it's based on their experience at that time.
Right, and some of them are paid for.
Of course.
Some of the reviews are actually paid for,
right.
so you don't know that you're reading an unbiased review.
Yeah.
Some of them are paid to say this was a great experience, and so when you're reading it, you're like, it's possibly a good one, but who knows?
The experience in May versus the experience in September is a completely different experience.
Exactly
and not even getting into before COVID versus post-COVID. That's a whole other animal.
Yes.
So,
What do you guys have? What's coming up? I know we talked earlier. You got 5 big trips.
We do.
This year and next year, or is it all next
2023
year?
is 5, and then 2024 is in the shoot too. So we're the first one is, I'll let Tiffany talk about Tulip Time.
Oh, Tulip Time. Anybody who has ever wanted or is a gardener, avid gardener, just likes looking at pretty flowers, we're going to be taking a river cruise through the area to see all of the amazing tulips for Amsterdam and Holland. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. So we're going to be doing that April into May of next year. That's our first big group trip that leaves out. And then yours is
summertime
the next one.
We call it the Kilt Tour. I'm a big Outlander fan, so we're going back to Scotland because, of course, we are. And I'm taking a group of people who we have spaces on all of these trips, obviously. So please come join us. We'd love to have you. This group of people will be a mix of horseback riding, people and non-horseback riding people.
Okay.
Who also are excited about Scotland. So 5-star, we're staying at Glen Eagles for a few nights. That was just voted the #1 hotel in the world
Oh, wow.
Yes.
by our luxury consortia Virtuoso. So,
huge.
you know, it's
Yes.
pretty incredible. We'll do falconry there. The
That's
horseback
so
riders
awesome.
will ride. The non-horseback riders will do clay pigeon shooting and a couple of other things.
Wow.
We'll all do falconry.
Yeah.
Just at Glen Eagles.
And see,
So-
that's the things that we fit into the trips. The come with us trips are the ones where we try to give you the extra things
Yeah.
as being a part of our group.
Got it.
Yeah.
In addition to that, you know, there's sometimes some perks that come with traveling with us.
Okay.
So then after hers, is that going to be the...
That's June.
Yes.
Late June, July. So then we go Africa.
We have September. We have the Great Migration. We actually have a pre-stay where we're going to go up to Nairobi and we're going to see the Elephant Orphanage.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to see the Giraffe Manor. And then we're going to fly down to Tanzania. And then we're going to start our Great Migration. We're going to have all the beautiful 5-star resorts, tinted camps. It's not like what you think camping is, okay? Let's just say that right now. They're
These tinted
beautiful.
camps have soaker tubs and
Yes.
swimming pools.
They're
Yeah.
gorgeous.
and sunset cocktail hours.
Absolutely. But it's a small group. We've just had a couple of seats come open, so we can still
Okay.
talk about it because
Okay.
it was originally sold out.
Got it.
Because it's only going to be 12 people because we're going to have 2 safari
inclusive.
vehicles.
Okay.
So it's
Very
very
exclusive.
very
Yeah.
exclusive just for us. We have some amazing picnics out in the Serengeti just for our group. We're going to do hot air balloon rides so you
Wow.
can see the Serengeti from the sky.
A hot air balloon ride to experience one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
Yes.
Like
I
Like
mean-
a
it's
photographer's
not.
dream.
Yes,
rid-
Sean, would you like to
Yes,
come with
don't you
us?
Good.
Come on.
And then from there, we're going to head up to the Pacific.
Yes, Pacific Northwest. So this is a U.S. destination.
Yes.
We're partnering with a lady
American
named
Queen?
Kiara Shannon, who is, you will find her, she's called the Yogi Sommelier.
Okay.
She is a certified yogi, and she is a certified sommelier.
Right.
And she is an incredible human. With Kiara and American Queen Voyages, we're taking a paddle boat cruise down the Columbia and Snake Rivers
Oh, wow.
and visiting biodynamic wineries. So it is the itinerary that company follows for a wine cruise, but we are doing our own wine
Right.
theme with Kiara hosting and going to some of the world's best biodynamic wineries along the way.
First time this has ever been done by
No one in the travel
anyone.
industry has done this before.
Yes.
We are it's an industry first. We're pretty
impressive,
excited.
yeah.
It is also a pretty exclusive group because those biodynamic wineries will only take 24 people.
Yes.
Oh,
So farm to table lunch with the owners of the winery, tours and tastings with Kiara.
Wow.
You have Kiara will be with us the whole cruise,
Yes.
doing tastings in the evenings and things like that. So it's pretty. We're pretty excited to have that and be working with that.
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah, especially for all our wine lovers.
Yeah, yeah, no,
you
of
know,
course, yeah.
It's
especially
really, and we
U.S.
are so
destination.
focused on sustainability and fostering that environment
Right.
that it's just really, I get chills talking about it
Yeah.
because it's really a cool thing. And then
Yes.
our last one for the year is also super exciting and a bucket list for a lot of
Yes.
people.
It's the
which is
Christmas markets.
the European Christmas market.
So you're going to have a cruise. We're going to cruise through that. And I can tell you we were on one last year and just sailing down the river and seeing the snowfall
Yeah.
and just knowing that you're inside with your warm cup of whatever it is you're drinking as you're looking out. It's just unbelievable. We are going
Baileys and hot
from
chocolate, hot
Amsterdam to Basel. Is that right? And then you have some post-stay options in Lucerne and things of that nature
Okay.
so that you could add on to it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the way we end up next year.
Wow, that's a great way to
And
end.
it
all of those
I mean,
all of those are hosted. So all
Yes,
of those
we will be
You
on.
come with us,
Yep.
and you are welcome. And you then have us as a concierge for you during your trip.
Correct.
Which is pretty fun. We had in Scotland this summer. The lady said, "This is the best hotel I've ever stayed in," and we all got upgraded.
yes.
And I was like, "You're welcome,"
yes.
because I'm here. And
Yeah.
so she was laughing, but I was like,
It's
no,
true.
No,
Yeah.
really. It's
Yeah.
because I'm with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm kind of joking, but I'm not really, because it really is because we are with you, and we can work those things and work those angles, and
we do that for our personal,
Right,
the personal
absolutely.
trips that people bring to us
Right.
too. Is if we can make
Absolutely.
it, somebody's having a birthday, somebody has an anniversary, somebody wants to propose, something of that nature. They want to renew vows. We can work all of that out
Right.
for you because we have those contacts.
Yep.
don't be surprised if you step into your hotel room and there's a bottle of champagne and strawberries, or something of that nature is an extra
The
perk.
VIP kind of.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
That's
we
what it
VIP your trips for you.
You can't VIP yourself. That's the quote.
And and that's it. And experience has become the new luxury. Everybody doesn't just want to travel anymore; they want to experience the destinations, and
Authentically.
that's what we work to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exciting. The German one isn't. I mean, not the German one. Sorry. I lived in Germany for about 5 years, and so the Christmas market to me was special. Even though I was younger, it was 85 to 90. I was 7th grade through 10th or 11th grade, so I was young. I didn't appreciate it as much as I would
They
now.
are magical.
But they're very magical.
Yes.
My wife and I plan on going back because she's never been to Germany, and I want to take her back to where I used to live, and that whole thing.
Oh, that'll be incredible.
That's awesome.
So we don't know when that's happening, but we will definitely be in touch.
Yes.
for
Absolutely.
that.
And we have-
Nuremberg is the city.
Yes, that's what I was just in
Yeah. We were
Nuremberg.
just
I
there,
was
yeah.
just 2 weeks ago. I took
Yeah.
a whole group of us. We just ended in Nuremberg, and then we went down to Prague and spent some time in Prague.
Ancestry is something that we do a lot of.
Yes.
Actually, that was a trip that just went this spring through Germany. Was
The ancestry.
was an ancestry trip. They
wow.
they had gone through and done their whole family tree and
Yeah.
found all these little towns, and so
Yes.
we got them all around Germany. And the one that we really struggled to get to, and then it turned out there were 2 cities named this.
Oh.
And they were both teeny tiny,
Right.
And we had to
Yes.
2 weeks before we recognized that
You needed to go to the
it
other.
was actually the other one. So
Right.
we rebooted that for
Yeah.
them. But again, I actually called her and said, "Are you sure this is the one that you're actually after? Because I've been looking into this town and I'm not sure it's the right one."
Right. I'm
And-
dealing with that now for Ireland for
Right.
a trip next May
So
to
that's
Ireland for
that's one of the
ancestry.
things, and that is it's always super fun to work with clients,
Of course.
through any of that kind of stuff because
Yeah.
it is so meaningful to them. And
Exactly.
we talk about
Yes.
travel transforming you, and
Yeah.
there is a personal reason to travel every time,
Yeah.
whether it's you need to get away or you're going back to your roots,
Yes.
or you get to
reconnect with family,
reconnect
friends,
with family,
Right.
friends,
relationships.
all of those. And then you just never know how a destination is going to hit you. Like
Right.
Antarctica was.
Unbelievable.
We knew it was going to be cool, and we knew it was
Right.
going to be incredible. We did not expect it to be just.
Mind blowing.
We just.
It was just.
It was just.
Pictures. You know how people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, those pictures are gorgeous," and you think it doesn't even do it
doesn't- right,
justice
right,
because it's
100%.
not the right color.
Yeah.
It doesn't touch.
And that's
it.
the way it was because of the blue of the water and the
Right.
sky and the white. I mean,
The
everybody's like, "Oh my gosh,
silence.
those are breathtaking." You're just sitting there going, and yet it's not even close.
Right.
It's not
Yeah,
close.
plus the emotional aspect that comes
Correct.
with it. That's more what it's about. And hearing you talk about that kind of puts the correlation between food. Eating is such an emotional
Yes.
experience.
Absolutely.
From the quick service restaurant to sitting out at your fine dining restaurant.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very emotional.
Yeah, and we
travel
do the
is equally.
culinary
Yeah.
Right.
experiences
We tie
too.
in,
We can
exactly.
tie that in
Yeah.
for you. We can always set up reservations and things of that nature. And actually, we've already started doing 2024,
Okay.
and the trip for 2024
The first trip for 2024.
is Egypt.
Ooh, that's
So we were
exciting.
going to sail down the Nile.
Wow.
Now, my husband and I, we're going to be doing the pre-stay in Jordan to see Petra.
Yep.
Yes. Then we have 3 days in Cairo.
Wow.
Then we have 7 days sailing. And then we end up back in Cairo. And there's options of going to Israel, Dubai, and a
Right.
couple of other places from there. But I tell people, when you have amazing monuments outside, there's no way to preserve them.
No, of course.
And we're losing.
yeah.
Petra is falling apart right
Yeah.
now, and so are the pyramids.
Yeah.
And if you look at the pyramids now, from when you were a kid, when you were studying them,
yeah.
they're completely
Absolutely.
different.
Yeah.
Sphinx as well.
And you've got to go see them before they're gone because there's no way to protect
No,
them.
not at all. No.
So we do have that cruise going at that time, and we're going to go in March before it gets unbelievably warm.
say.
It's not the rainy season or anything like that.
good.
It's going to be a great time. So that's the one we've already started booking now because that ship only holds 72 passengers.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a small, intimate, and it's going to be amazing. We have a night where we have belly dancers. I mean, it's
the
just
whole
going to
thing.
be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
So where can people go right now that are watching this to find out all about this?
Oh, that's
It's
easy.
easy.
That's dpptravel.com. And if you look on there, you can find us under hosted. And that's all of our hosted experiences. They're all listed there, even some that we've got in the works, like the Galapagos.
The
The fjords are next. So all of those, anytime we have a hosted experience, that's where you'll find it. But you'll also be able to find out more about us under the About, the services we offer, and all the places we've been. And, just give us a call, email us, or even just chat us up. We'd love to connect with you.
Yep.
Instagram and Facebook as well. Same
DPP
handle,
Travel.
DPP Travel.
Easy. YouTube, DPP Travel.
Yep.
It's
I
just
highly
as
recommend.
easy.
The website is super easy to navigate.
Thank you.
Everything's right there. You guys did a phenomenal job on making the user experience.
Thank you so much.
From a digital side,
Yes.
super easy.
Good.
And then you translate that over to their actual vacation and all that. So
Yes.
it's a great company. You guys do
Yes.
fantastic work.
And
We
what we
appreciate
do is we actually, in order to work with our sustainability, we offer a travel app to all of our clients. So we don't have to send paperwork unless it's absolutely necessary. And on your phone, you have all copies and confirmations of everything
wow.
listed by day as to where you're supposed to be, who you're
you're
meeting,
not
and where you're
fumbling.
going.
100%.
And you can chat
paperless.
with us
Yeah.
directly through
live
that
chat
app.
through
Oh, wow.
that app.
So you don't have to have all of, because the people who get to the counter and they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on, I got to
exactly
go
right.
through all of
Yeah.
this stuff. It's all
Pulls
right
out a
there.
binder.
Right,
Correct.
and they really do,
Yeah,
or
of
they pull
course.
out this folder, and
Yeah,
everything
everything's
falls
right
out.
there, yeah.
And this now you just pull up your phone and you go,
Yeah.
oh, my confirmation number is this, or
Yeah.
here's my QR code to scan my ticket.
Yeah.
We try to make it as easy and as seamless as possible
Yeah.
for
And
everybody.
we are with you every step of the way.
Absolutely.
From the first conversation until you get back home. And even after, because
Even
we
after.
follow
Of
back up
course.
and
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
in. And
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in.
thank you
Oh,
so
well,
much
thank
for
you
having
for
us.
Fun to
having
talk.
us.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
pleasure. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.